Conservative new media viewers and JLin fans around the world, what is up? It's me, PFE, Paul F. Villarreal, the NBA expert. We are here to talk about Houston's 108-104 victory over the Orlando Magic tonight in Houston, Texas. Now, JLin sat out this game, and this was the fourth preseason game of the 2013 preseason schedule. Jeremy was out with an illness that I would imagine he picked up either in Asia or because of all the jet lag, time change. I know after practice yesterday, Jeremy said he hadn't been sleeping well because of the time changing and everything. I mean, it was a 12-hour time difference, so that definitely can throw you off. So we're just going to go over the game really quickly, what else happened, even though Jeremy didn't play, and just kind of where things are at going forward based upon tonight's performance. Patrick Beverley got the start, and he was going to start whether or not Jeremy was playing. I actually don't think Jeremy was in the building. I didn't see him. Chandler Parsons was also out of this game. I'm not sure exactly why. I think he was ill, but I'm not sure. But he was at the game. But Jeremy, I don't think, was at the game. Patrick did really well in the first quarter in particular. And we'll talk about that a little bit more in a second. Additionally, I made a post on ClutchFans a couple of hours ago, right before the game began, and I will have information about that post in the video description below the video player. And I definitely encourage you guys to go check it out. It might take a little bit of time to understand it if you're not familiar with NBA statistics, but if you read the first 2 pages of the thread, I explain a little bit more. And the bottom line is both Lin and Beverley are playing great, incredibly well, and better than I thought they were. And look, of course, all of JLin fans want Jeremy to start. There's no doubt about it. I will tell you this. If Jeremy's able to play anything close to what he's playing like right now, I mean, it matters if he starts, but it doesn't matter. If he plays at this level, believe me, he'll be starting somewhere very shortly in this league, regardless of whether it's in Houston or not. This is, he's putting up huge numbers. He's putting up numbers like Linsanity, even better than that in terms of his efficiency, which I've told you guys before are all the positive statistics subtracted by all the negative statistics. So I'll talk about that a little bit more in a second, but it's just the numbers are incredible. The starters played limited minutes in this game, particularly Dwight and James Harden. And that's because just team's tired. They're still recovering from jet lag. They're still trying to get over all that. Excuse me, by the way, my voice is really deep and grovelly right now. I'm just really congested, so I apologize for that. Omri Caspi kind of cooled off in this game. He has been having just a ridiculous preseason, shooting just incredible numbers. Well, he only shot 2 out of 10 in this game, so you're not going to shoot like that forever. And tonight was the night for Omri to kind of come down to earth a little bit. But he did start in this game, along with Francisco Garcia. So Omri got the start at power forward. And that's because the team wants to try him out because he's been playing so well. And Francisco Garcia started for Chandler Parsons. That's not something that'll continue when Chandler's healthy. But if Omri keeps playing well, although he didn't play great tonight, there is a chance he could start at power forward. It probably won't happen, but it could happen. And so tonight was a little bit of a tryout. He didn't do great, but he still made some shots, even though he did miss a number of shots. Donatas Motiejunas, Demo, played very well. Not incredibly well, but he had good numbers. He had 14 points and 8 rebounds off the bench, which is very good. it is looking more and more like Demo's got a real chance to be the starter at power forward. Terrence Jones was doing well a little bit earlier in preseason and training camp, but Demo's coming on strong. And as I said, Omri Caspi before tonight has also played very well. Reggie Williams and Aaron Brooks also got some time in this game, and they both played well. I really like the way Aaron Brooks looked in this game. I think he had 9 points and 5 assists. It was good to see him play well. He kind of needed that. And Reggie Williams, be honest with you, I think it's a very good chance that Reggie Williams is going to get cut. But he showed tonight that he could still play. So even if he doesn't end up with Houston, if he's able to play the way he played tonight, shoot the ball, someone's going to pick him up. And he definitely is a shooter and can put up some numbers in the right system. Okay, Patrick Beverley. Oh, let me just say this really quickly. Sorry. James Harden finished the night with 21 points, 5 boards, and 3 assists. And his efficiency number was 23. Patrick Beverley finished the night with 13 points, 9 rebounds, and 3 assists. He played 26 minutes, shot 4 of 7 from the field, 2 of 2 from three-point range, 3 of 4 from the free throw line, 1 steal, no blocked shots, 4 turnovers, no personal fouls. His plus-minus was plus 11, and his efficiency number for the game was 18, which is quite good in just 26 minutes of playing. As I said earlier, he started out the game extremely hot. He had 10 points, 5 rebounds, and 1 assist in the first 10 minutes of the game, which was how much he played in the first quarter. And he had a 14 efficiency in the first quarter. So most of what Patrick did in this game came in the first quarter, which was similar to what Jeremy did in Taiwan. Jeremy had 10 points in the first quarter in Taiwan. I don't remember his other stats, but both of them started hot in the first quarter, and that's good to see. You give the team a little bit of a spark and come out strong. Patrick outplayed Jameer Nelson of the Magic. Jameer finished with 4 points, 2 rebounds, and 6 assists. His efficiency was only 8. Patrick definitely got the better of him. The backup point guard for the Magic, Etuan Moore, I believe his name is, actually did well. He had 17 points and 4 rebounds in 24 minutes. But a lot of the damage that he did came later on when Houston had subbed out Patrick and was kind of going with more of a bench lineup. So that's where some of those numbers came from. Now, Patrick was good in this game, very good, particularly in the first quarter, extremely good. He wasn't overwhelmingly good. So if you're concerned about the competition and the starting spot, I think Patrick held his spot tonight. I don't know if he really raised his spot up or lowered it. He didn't lower it. He kind of held his ground. He and Jeremy are very, very close in terms of their productivity this preseason, at least on offense, and a couple of measures of defense like steals and block shots. But that's kind of how Patrick did tonight. He did well, quite well, but it's not like he is the definite starter after tonight's game. So if you're rooting for Jeremy, which most of you are, then that's probably a pretty good spot for Jeremy to be in. He missed today's game, but he didn't lose ground in the competition, so to speak. And if you go and look at that post that I made on ClutchFans, you'll kind of see what I'm saying. Patrick pretty much held level in where his efficiency per minute was going into tonight's game. Okay, again, I'm not going to do quarter by quarter in this because Jeremy didn't play. And I could go through the different stuff Patrick did, but a lot of you guys probably aren't incredibly interested in that. The best thing that Patrick did tonight, he shot the ball very well. He hit both of his three-pointers. and he rebounded really well. Now, Patrick rebounded the ball last year incredibly well. But through the first 3 games of this preseason, he hadn't really done that much. Well, tonight he did it again. His assists were down, and he did have more turnovers than assists, which is not where you want to be as a point guard. But Patrick did a good job tonight, and he definitely rebounded the ball well. That was the thing that he did most well, along with how he shot the ball. This game was, Orlando's not at the same level as Houston. Indiana is, or Indiana might be slightly better than Houston, but Orlando is not as a team. And because of that, Houston was able to play a lot of bench players and kind of just look at different lineup arrangements. And still they won the game. So that's what a lot of what tonight's game was about. It was about resting guys because of the Asia trip. They're still tired. And just looking at different guys. Running them out there, see what you got, see who's playing well, and this type of thing. That's what tonight was. I want to say also, I had a really good night last night at ClutchFans. And I just kind of feel like things are settling down a little bit between Lynn supporters and Beverley supporters. And that's good. As I've told you guys before, I like ClutchFans, and I like Clutch. Now, Clutch and I might not have the same feeling as regards Jeremy Lin and Patrick Beverley and who should play, whatever. But we can disagree. And all of us can disagree. Lin fans can disagree with non-Lin fans or with Beverley fans or whatever. The thing we want to try to do, as I've said before, is just participate in the debate. Go, make an account of ClutchFans, and just try to be nice with people, even though people will bait you and there'll be Lin doubters and all this stuff. Just try to be cool. Just try to get beyond that. Like I said, with how Lin is playing right now, I want him to start, but it doesn't matter. If he's playing like this, believe me, he's going to get plenty of recognition, and if Houston doesn't want him to start, he'll be starting somewhere else shortly if he can continue to play similar to this. The numbers that he's putting up, his scoring per 36. Per 36 means based upon playing 36 minutes in a game. It's a way to take guys that don't play the same number of minutes in a game and make them have the same minutes, so you can compare what their statistics would look like if they did play the same minutes. Jeremy's scoring per 36 minutes right now is basically the same level that it was at during Linsanity. But he's shooting the ball better, particularly from 3, and his efficiency is up. I mean, again, he is playing against some backup some, and guys don't play as hard in the preseason, so it's not quite the same thing. But he's played 2 games against the Pacers, and the Pacers are an excellent defensive team, and they play hard. So this isn't like he's playing against summer league guys. This is real competition in the NBA, and he's putting up numbers. And so is Patrick, to be honest. If Jeremy plays like this, or even somewhat close to this, believe me, he's going to be in great shape. Even if for whatever reason Houston doesn't decide to start him at the beginning of this year. If he plays this way and continues to improve, his career is going to just blossom. You could see a return to a much steadier version of Linsanity. Now, the numbers might not be quite as big because he might not play as many minutes as he played during Linsanity, but the averages and like the productivity per minute can be at that level or even be a little bit better. And so this is what we want for Jeremy. If he's able to do this, he's going to be in great shape. He's going to be ready for the next step. He has to continue to work on his defense, continue to work on his turnovers, keep working on the shooting. But he's He's in such a great spot now. It's better than what I thought it was. And I knew it was good, but it's even better than I thought. So everything's looking good. And I am not getting hung up on the starting thing right now because of looking at all these numbers. It's like, wow. He's going to get major recognition if he plays like this. It doesn't matter if he's a sixth man. If you put up numbers like this, people are going to notice. It's like when Harden was in Oklahoma City. He got huge recognition, even though he was coming off the bench because he was putting up huge numbers, big numbers. Well, that's where Jeremy's heading towards right now. That is excellent. So as I said, trying to be cool on ClutchFans. Join ClutchFans. Go and talk. Don't get baited. Don't get into fights. Don't fight with the moderators. You're not going to like everything that's done. You're not going to like everything that's said. But just be cool. Just roll with it. If you're there and you talk, then you get to shape the conversation. If you're not there and you're not cool, you don't get to shape the conversation. So it's much better to be a part of the discussion than to not be part of it. And as I said before, if you don't like what's being written in the media, you don't like what's being written on some of the sites, join the sites. Join Bleacher Report. Join Rant Sports. Join whatever. And just start being part of it. There's, as you know, there's some people writing some very good things. I know that the guy, Chito Ibriega from Latino's Post, had a great article about Jeremy the other day. Melody Ting brought it to my attention. You know, something like Jeremy shows he's all-star form in Taiwan. Well, he did. And so there are good articles being written by Chito Ibriega, by, I believe, Chris Baldwin, from Culture Map Houston, Jason Friedman, Jonathan Feigen. There are a lot of good people out there, and it's getting more and more. But if you want to join in the discussion, go for it. Go for it. There's definitely places you can sign up. You could start your own blog, like Andy at Jeremy Lintelligence has done. Go for it. Come talk in the comments. I will tell you this. One of the things that happened last night at ClutchFans was that somebody mentioned these videos. And they know, people know you guys are commenting. They read the comments. So even if you're just commenting on these videos, people are aware of that. They're reading that. So you're having an effect through that. Even if you don't want to do anything else. You don't want to be a ClutchFans, or you don't want to join Bleacher Report. Just from commenting on these videos, you're having an effect. And that's great. That's what we want to do. If we're fans of Jeremy, and we are, we want to help him out and support him and kind of push back on some of the doubts and the ignorance. And that's what's happening. I actually have another post at Real GM. There were some doubters going on there. And, just had to answer it. I'll throw that in the video description as well. I forgot about that. A lot of good stuff happening. Okay, the next game is against the Dallas Mavericks in Houston, Texas, and it'll take place on Monday, October 21st. So that's like 5 days away. And that'll be at 8 o'clock Eastern Time in the United States, which means 8 a.m. in Taipei, Taiwan on Tuesday, October 22nd. That will be the 5th preseason game. The great thing about that is that it's 5 days away, which means Jeremy gets to heal up, rest up from whatever illness he's suffering from. I did not get the details on the illness. I'll look for something about that, and if I find it, I'll put it in the video description. That's about it. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Your comments below. Look, good win for the team. Patrick did well. Jeremy's resting up, and he should be the starter. If he's feeling good, he should start the next game against Dallas, as Kevin McHale is alternating the starts. Melody Ting and some other people asked me what I thought about the comments that were made after practice yesterday by Dwight Howard, Jeremy, and Kevin McHale. What I thought about it was Dwight can't say anything. Dwight basically said something like, it doesn't matter who starts. And he has to say that. He doesn't know who's going to start, and if he can't say one guy or the other because he doesn't know who the coaches are going to pick. So if he says somebody, then the coaches pick the other person. He looks, it doesn't look really good. And so he's trying to avoid that. Jeremy, people said he looked sad. I don't think he looked sad at all. I thought he looked fine. He looked tired because he is tired from the Asia trip and he's sick. But Jeremy looks calm now. He looks like he's at peace. And let's be honest here. He knows he's playing well. He knows he's shooting the three-pointer better and that he's putting up numbers. Why should he be upset? And the concept that Jeremy said is surrendering to God. He can't control what Mikhail's going to do. So just play your game and let the rest of it go. And that's what he's doing. I thought he looked totally fine yesterday. I thought he looked great. I didn't think he looked sad or any of that. What Mikhail said was, he said, look, I have 2 starting point guards. And what he meant by that is these guys are both playing like starters. And they are playing like starters. And not only are they playing like starters, they're playing like really, really good starters, which is why I made the thread at ClutchFans and said what I said at Real GM. These guys are playing great. And Mikhail knows it. Jeremy's doing great. And he's in a really good spot right now. Really good. Now, there's still 3 more games as preseason, and the coaching staff could decide to start Patrick. I'm not even worried about it now. I'm not even worried about it. If he plays like this and he continues to improve, he is going to be in great shape very, very soon. Even if he has to leave Houston, he plays like this. People are going to be knocking down a door to sign him and let him be the starter. So everything's in a really good spot. Okay, I hope everybody's doing well wherever you are, night or day, when you watch this video. It is currently 11:21 p.m. here, the East Coast of the United States on Wednesday, October 16th, which means it is 11:21 a.m. in Taipei, Taiwan on Thursday, October 17th. I'm pumped. I feel good. I'm happy about tonight. Hopefully Jeremy will rest up and he'll be ready to roll against the Dallas Mavericks 5 days from now. Take care. Have a great night, a great day wherever you are. And we will talk to you down in the comments. And if we don't catch you there, we will talk to you again soon.